John works in hospitality. He's proud of his role and has high standards of professionalism. When things go wrong, as they inevitably do from time to time, he understands the importance of service recovery. We're going to explore one such incident and identify where John successfully followed the service recovery protocols in place within his organisation. All right, John, so I understand there was a service recovery issue earlier on today. Tell me about that, what happened?
There was a large party of 9 people, and they wanted or requested 2 high chairs, and I hadn't really seen that in the booking, and so when she arrived and there weren't 2 high chairs there, she wasn't best pleased.
John is reflecting on how he managed this customer experience issue, and through good questions, he rightly celebrates where he did well. Think about service recovery. We've got some protocols for that. How did you do with that?
Well, I acknowledged the problem straight away. I apologised. I held my hands up. I was, really sorry. That was my fault. I'd misread the booking, and I arranged to get the high chairs over as quickly as I possibly could.
Okay. So, starting point of the service recovery protocol or the training that you went on?
Yes, it's just to apologise and just to, acknowledge it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds like you did a great job there. So, this is the celebration phase of Continue and Begin Fast Coaching. So let's run through this then. What else did you do for that party of 9?
9 people, yeah. It had to be quick, so I called in Natalie, and she helped me find some high chairs, and we cleaned them up and got them out to them as fast as we possibly could.
All right. Key part of service recovery: take instant action, swift action, get it sorted as soon as we can. And
yes.
It sounds like you did that as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else were you pleased with?
Well, it was good to keep the team informed, so I tried to make sure that everyone knew, bar staff and the people in the kitchen, and the people out on the floor as well, just to know that this is the situation, and just to make sure that everyone was on board with.
Everyone was on board. That's a very important part in service recovery management, isn't it? Make sure the rest of the team are involved. They know what's going on.
Indeed, communication.
Right. Communication, absolutely right. Okay. And you remember all of that from your training, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's think about other parts of the protocols for service recovery. What else did you do well there?
Well, I kept calm. I kept calm. In these kind of situations, they can be quite fraught, so I kind of kept calm and made sure that everything was running smoothly, really.
Not always an easy thing to do, is it? And
no.
yeah, it's key. It's a key part of what we train people to do, is to stay calm during service recovery issues. All right. Yeah. Okay, tell me more. Think about staying.
Well, I stayed with the problem throughout the whole thing. So basically, throughout the whole afternoon, kept sort of coming up and asking if they were okay, if I could do anything for them. They seemed to be okay towards the end. They were smiling and happy. They enjoyed their meal. But I had to keep on top of it just to make sure that everything was so. Just the occasional kind of, is everything okay?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like you did very nicely there. So with the celebration phase completed, we make a note of these successes, and it can be formal or informal, and we can help the coachee feel good about those things they are already doing well in their professional role. All right, so we've got, crikey, in terms of those service recovery protocols, you covered off quite a few of those there, didn't you? Can you remember what they were very quickly?
So there was acknowledging the problem.
Yep.
Taking swift action, so I managed to get the high chairs to them. Keeping the team informed, so making sure everyone in the restaurant knew.
Yep.
I stayed calm, and I just kept with it. I stayed with it and made sure that they knew.
Stayed with the problem.
They knew what was going on. Yeah.
Hey, we've got an action plan here. Continue and begin, start. Let's get a note of all of those things in that sort of situation that you would continue to do really well on future occasions. So do you want to make a note of that now?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. With the coachee now feeling empowered and resourceful, we can move on to the change part of Continue and Begin Fast Coaching. And what we're going to do is help the coachee identify some begin-tos that they'd like to explore. Okay, John, so we've got a great list of continue-tos. Pleased with that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very
All
pleased,
right,
yeah.
you can celebrate that, can't you, and feel
Yeah,
good about
yeah,
how you
it
made
worked out.
Yeah,
Worked out right.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, let's think about next time a situation like that occurs. Again, thinking about service recovery. What do you think you might do a little bit differently next time that would make your performance different, even better, next time round?
Well, first of all, I think definitely I'll check the booking right from the start. I'll make sure that I know what's going on, everything about it, and then I'll be happy.
That's about habit, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Making it part of your daily routine.
Definitely.
Making sure that you read the small print as well as the large print. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that sounds like a sensible thing to do, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Tell me something else that you do a little bit differently next time. We've talked about first impressions. How about
Last impressions. so yeah, I stuck with them. I stuck them with throughout the day, but I didn't kind of get that last impression just to make sure that they were perfectly satisfied and everything was fine. They seemed to be happy throughout the day.
Right.
I saw them smiling and they enjoyed the meal, but I didn't get that final last impression.
Okay. And that is the final part of our service recovery protocols, isn't
Yeah.
it? Is that last impressions piece. Okay, that'd be nice for you to do in future, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So let's think about these two begin tos then. So we've got the first one was
That was checking the booking right from
Yeah,
the start. So
okay.
yeah, just making sure everything is
small
there.
print as well as large print.
Indeed, yeah.
And the second one was
The last impression.
last impression. In Continue and Begin, we reinforce the ambitions the coach has identified. So we're going to summarise the begin tos and make sure they are specific. Okay, so let's think about those two begin tos. What would have to happen for you to be able to begin to do those things on every occasion?
Well, I definitely need to, like I say, make sure and check in the morning, or check at the start of my shift, what's going on with each party. If there's especially a large party, I need to make sure that that's something that I need to
And
check.
last impressions, what has to happen for you?
Last
to be able to do
impressions, I just need to be there
Yeah.
and make sure that they get the final last impression and just be on top of it, basically.
Okay, so that's going to be a habit in a service recovery scenario, right?
Yes.
All right, so a couple of great begin tos. Let's get those down on the action plan as
Yep.
well, John, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a great action plan. We've got some fabulous continue tos there, 5, I think, and a couple of things that you're going to begin to do just a little bit differently that will make your performance even more elegant, even more professional, right?
Yep.
Okay. And we've talked about what has to happen for you to be able to make sure those things occur the next time you're dealing with a service recovery issue. So with the change plan worked out, it's now time for the final part of Continue and Begin Fast Coaching. Commit. We start by exploring the feeling benefit and the inner motivation stimulated by achieving these new ambitions. We can ask the coachee how they're going to feel when they have these new begin tos up and running. Now, let's think to the future. Next time this happens and you start to implement those begin tos, how are you going to feel when you're doing all these things really well?
Great. Better than I did today.
Oh,
Job satisfaction, really. Yeah, just a really good feeling.
okay, really good feeling, job satisfaction.
Yeah.
All right. And would you like those feelings?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, all right. And now, with feeling leverage established, we can check the true commitment of the coachee to implementing their action plan begin tos. Hey, John, so I've got to ask you this. Are these begin tos, are these things that you're going to do, or is this been an interesting conversation?
I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them because it just works. It makes the whole situation a lot easier and better.
Okay, so you're committed to this, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, fabulous. Well, look, we've got a team meeting next Monday. You okay if we chat about this and
Yeah.
similar situations, and let's share your learning with the rest of the team? Would you be okay with those?
Yes.
That'd be okay?
Yeah, happy with that.
Fantastic.